Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Andre, and I'm going to be walking you through Rise.com today. So really looking forward to it. And I think the first thing for me to do is to explain the differentiation between Articulate 360's authoring tool, Rise, and Rise.com and what's offered in there. So firstly, Rise, some of you listening to this webinar may already know the authoring tool, the fully responsive authoring tool, allowing you to create stunning content, which you then upload into a learning management system or perhaps make available elsewhere. Rise.com does have that authoring tool within there, but offers you a whole lot more in terms of tracking, reporting, and how to deliver content, as well as providing hundreds of pre-built lessons and off-the-shelf examples that I'm going to show you today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through Rise.com and the differences. But if you are looking for a demonstration of Rise, the authoring tool, this isn't the demo for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in to Rise.com and I'm going to sign in first and foremost as a learner. You can see there are 3 tabs along the top there. Again, I'm going to focus first and foremost on me, the learner. So you can see I've got a list of courses that are available to me, the ones I have in progress or the ones that are completed. And perhaps I want to learn about customer success. So I dive into this course here and I'm straight into a course authored in Rise. And you can see all the information here. I'm 13% of the way through and that will show in a report. I can see how many lessons I need to complete and so on and so forth. I can also see the categorization of these courses, but I'm not going to go into one I've already, the one that's in progress, as I need to do that for my portfolio. But I can also see the list of courses, ones I love. So if I were to, for example, browse the library here, I can see all the courses available to me in my role. And if I was in a customer success role, I can see the ones which are applicable to me. And if I want to add them to my list, I simply give it a heart. And again, all the courses are here, and I can only see what's available to me. That can be segmented by our role as well. So as a learner, the aim here is to have the most simple journey available, and it's categorized by due date. And again, we want people going in, logging in, and having content, beautiful content to look at, whether they're on a mobile, laptop, or tablet. I can also see my list of courses, and I'm able to download a lovely certificate. You also get an email, and when you complete the course, you do get a lovely bit of confetti across the screen. So here we go. There's my certificate that I will wear proudly that I completed. There we go, Aviation 101. Excellent. So that is how we interact with Rise.com as a learner. But of course, there is so much more to Rise.com as an author that I'm going to show you now. So firstly, again, if you want to create in Rise or you want to learn more about how to create in Rise, there is a video there. And if you take out a free trial or check out the community, we can absolutely show you what that looks like and we can create a new course. I'm not going to walk you through how to use Rise for now, but we have the blank course there. For me, the power of Rise.com comes from the content lessons we have here. And you can see there are so many topics for you to choose from. I'm going to start with looking at leadership. And I can see all the courses available to me that I can quickly use and create and upload for our learners. So you can see here, perhaps I want to respond to a crisis and what is emotional intelligence. There we go, 2 really fascinating topics. And I can simply add those to a course and then we can have a little look at them. But you saw the timings there as well. But let's say it's, let's look at emotional intelligence. I can edit this content. So if I think, do you know what, perhaps this is Americanized English and I maybe want to change some Z's to S's, I can do that. And there's off-the-shelf video that I can play here. And again, for example, I can add the closed captioning. So you can see here, I've got a bit of audio in the background, which I don't think you can have. But you can see that this is really professional, high quality video for you to use. And again, if we're looking at emotional intelligence, it's all here. But if we didn't like a particular tab, for example, we can just remove that with a click of a button. And then there we go, we have an emotional intelligence course. Now, again, with Rise, we can simply preview that or publish it into rise.com, have our celebration completion, change our course duration, allow a certificate and pass mark and what have you. It is so straightforward to author content. So you can create your custom courses by building from scratch, but again, we have the off-the-shelf content. Now there we looked at lessons, but there are also several templates for you to use. So for example, if it's about diversity and inclusion, and we want to preview this template that we can use, there are so many for us to use, but I can see what they look like in real time. So here we go, diversity, inclusion, and belonging. There we go. And if I want to see what that looks like, perhaps on a mobile, I get this lovely view here. And you can see here it's giving us guides about what we might want to use or how to structure the course to give you the best flow when creating content using rise.com. Okay, so we looked at the preview there, and again, you can see there are so many on so many different topics for you to use. For now, again, we can see the classic, the sort of standard publishing options. Now, something to know, if you create in Rise and you have subscriptions of Articulate 360, then just to note, it will always be housed in Rise. So you aren't able to export it. However, if you have built something in Rise, the authoring tool, part of 360, you can move this across and get that tracking and reporting. Also, we have the standard collaboration as well, but something else to show you are the sample courses. So for example, perhaps you want to look at a manager's guide to resolving team conflict, and I can import that, and again, I can start customizing that. But this gives us a really nice sample of the course we have here. So creating content has never been easier. We all hopefully know, or if you don't already, you should know that Rise is so easy to create content. Me, myself, I've worked at Omniplex for 8 years at time of recording, just over. And I use Rise now to create content because it allows me to create beautifully interactive content at the, using blocks at the click of a few buttons. And again, I can create stunning content within minutes. As well, those templates and lessons really are going to help us as well. But now I'm going to dive into the sort of administration part of it. So it's so easy to set up and administer rise.com. So first of all, we're going to start with the people. So adding groups is so straightforward. Adding users, again, we can upload a CSV. We just click add users. We can pop in an email address or upload a CSV and and invite the users straight away. We can then choose which role they have. And there are 4 roles for us to choose from. We have the learner, which is where we have full visibility. I'm a super admin, don't want to show off, but I'm a super admin and I can see visibility on absolutely everything. But if I was just a learner, I could see all the content. All roles will always have the ability to be a learner. The learner will just be able, be your most standard role, people who can take content and we want to report on them. An author, fairly straightforward, essentially what we've just done in this demonstration. Then we have the reporter. We're going to go into reports in a moment, but that is where we can run custom reports on certain groups and look at how groups of individuals are getting on within our courses. And lastly, we have the full-blown admin, of which capability we're showing you now. So once we set up our users, we set up groups. We've set it up so each user goes into a different department within Omniplex. You can also see who's pending. We don't have any, but if you wanted to add users, we can and see who hasn't accepted. As well, our courses, we can see whether some haven't been published. So we can see which author has created them, how many learners are meant to be enrolled, and whether it's published. And again, it gives us a great sort of understanding of where the content is. We have 37 courses, as you can see. You can also import courses. So if you have created in Storyline, for example, you can upload your zip file and embed it into rise.com and make it available for our learners. Again, reporting. So let's have a look at some reports here. So we can drill down into looking at individual reports, or we can perhaps look at course reports. So again, let's perhaps look at that customer success course here. And we can see how many have completed it and how long they spent taking the course and how well they did on the quiz. And you can see there was some failures there so far in the quiz, but how many are in progress? Again, we get some really nice high-level data which we can report on as well. But we can also report on individuals. So I guess I'll have to pick on myself. It's only fair. There we go. And I can see I've completed 13 lessons and I've spent not even a whole hour training yet. Shocking, really. But there we go. I can see which ones are in progress and which I've completed as well. And also my activity. And I can export that data as well if I wanted to pass that over to my manager, perhaps. We can also see how we can report on learning paths. So if I dive into learning paths, here we can see how we might take someone along an induction. So we can see the courses they may want to take, when the due date is, and what they might need to know. And adding courses has never been simpler. So if, for example, we needed our our new learners to know about GDPR, we click on that, click done, and suddenly we've had more of a learning path. We can see the authors, we can add a description, a lovely color photo, and then we can choose which groups are going to go into the induction, and again, who our learners are as well. We can also see that the status is live, how long the path will take someone to complete, and whether it's available in our library. Categories, again, we can categorize content as we saw when we were a learner. So if we want to drill into a specific area, perhaps compliance, or learn more about the Mac support for Articulate, we can. Again, settings. For me, one of the most powerful things about Rise.com is, as an admin, there aren't too many settings to get into. You can see here we can change the color. We've got our Omniplex green and we can customize that. We can see that the default role, if we do add someone, is a learner. We can also integrate with other systems. So if you are looking to integrate perhaps with an HR system, create some automation around there, we can manage APIs as well. There are more settings, our welcome message and our welcome email as well, that we can start to customize. But for me, I've covered almost every tab in Rise.com. Again, I wanted to try and keep this under 15 minutes for you so you can see absolutely everything. It's the simplicity of Rise.com. Whether it's as an admin, adding people, or creating courses, Rise.com is the simplest way to create content and get it to your users. If you are a training provider looking to train people externally, whether this is for your internal staff and perhaps you're an organization of 500 or fewer, it's sort of perfect for that use case. Or, for example, if you're at a large corporate and uploading to your LMS is a nightmare and you have a specific project that's going to last a year that you just need to train people on, then Rise.com will be the solution for you. Now, at Omniplex, we'd be delighted if you have any questions, would like to know pricing, or go into a more detailed demonstration, then please email us at help@omniplex.co. That's help@omniplex.co, or download a free trial. And if you set your country to UK, myself or one of the team will be in touch. I hope this has been a really useful demonstration for you, and hopefully we'll hear from some of you soon, or you'll get started with the brilliant trial of Rise.com. Thank you for your time today, guys.